Good afternoon from Sacred Space at Titania's Realm. Charlie's having wonderful fun hanging off my t-shirt. It's 3:55 p.m. on the 17th of December 2024, and it's been a very, very hot day today. But I took myself off. I got an appointment straight away. Yes, my darling. To see my GP, and he also does skin cancer checks, so he checked my skin cancers, and everything's clear. So that's 18 months now. I haven't had any new cancers come up, which is very good, isn't it? Very pleased about that, because I had a bad run of it leading up to 18 months ago. Very bad run. He commented on the massive big scar, big hole in the middle of my back. I said, yeah, that was a cyst. He said, it's a huge scar, Tanya. Twice he said that. If a doctor thinks it's a big scar, it must be bad. But I remember when the other skin doctor did it, he even said to me, this is really bad and should have been done in hospital, actually. But we soldiered through. I mean, he's a very good surgeon, the other doctor that I was seeing, but he always made me feel like I was being spliced and diced in the laboratory lab as if I was just a piece of meat. It wasn't sexual, it was a gentleman, thank the gods for that, because I would have gone to war on his head, because I was still triggered from the previous one to him. But no, he was a gentleman, but he was just like a psychopathic murderer. Like, he'd be the kind of person that you could go out to dinner with, not on a date or anything, because, as I said, gentleman, religious, actually a Muslim man, religious man. But I used to lie there while he was hacking into my flesh and think, I could be at a dinner with you and you'd be like dissecting me as you cut up your meat. He was that cold and clinical, I'm sure that that's what he would be thinking as he's looking at his friends and people from his community. He was a true scientist in the very real sense. But look, he was a good surgeon, but his bedside manner was woefully lacking. So I decided I couldn't put myself through that ever again, because although it wasn't a sexual creepy vibe to it, which was, like I said, I was grateful for that, it was another vibe of like, yeah, just bing, bam, boom, baby, get in, I'm going to slice you up and kick you out. And you'd be like, I'd come out and I'd feel all triggered from being hacked into. And as I said, the last 18 months haven't needed any more skin cancers cutting out. So, you have no idea how grateful I am. I credit that to taking 3 vitamin Ds every day. Every day, without fail, I take that. It's probably more than I need to be taking, but it's keeping the skin cancer at bay. Thank the gods. And my GP today, he even asked me, he said, do you sit out in the sun much? And I said, no, actually, I try to avoid the sun for obvious reasons, that I've got already a history of quite severe skin cancers that had to be hacked out of me. He kind of had a good look at all the scars on my hand, and he said, oh, you've got lots of scars on your back. And I went, I know, it's just hideous, isn't it? What can you do? And but anyway, he said, you don't have a lot of sunspots for someone that's had quite a few cancers cut out. He said, skin on your arms is actually quite good. Which I was surprised again, because they itch and burn very often, so I thought they were in the danger zone. But he said, no, you're actually looking quite good. So every time I go to doctors now, they tell me that I'm healthier than I think I am. And it freaks me out, because I'm like, are they lying to me? Am I actually dead? But anyway, no, I'm just so relieved that I didn't need any skin cancers cutting out today. And I asked him about the things on my forehead that have been worrying me now for a few months. And he said they're just, wait for it, people of Earth. This is sexy. This will get you all stimulated. They're age spots. Age spots, can you believe it? Well, I am nearly 60. So the next 20-year-old that comes up to me in the club and wants to be all seductive, I'm just going to say, can Can you run your hand over this? You feel that lumpy bit there? Yeah, that's my age spot. Like, don't be looking at me like a sexual conquest, boy chick. Oh my God! You know you're old when your skin is sprouting age spots. Oh, I've just ruined any chance of ever getting laid in the next few years because age spots. But anyway, so I said to my GP, I said, well, I've been treating it with castor oil, which has slightly improved them, very slightly, but not a lot. And I said, do you think it's worth persevering? And he was like, well, it can't hurt. He said, I can burn them off with lasers, but like they're not really that bad. Okay. Yeah, burn the bastards off. I want them gone. I want them gone. But I decided not to fight him about it and ask for it because I'll just persevere with the castor oil and heal my own self and age disgracefully as I do. And man, I'm still pulling 20 and 30-year-olds in the club because they've got goggleitis, or they probably think, oh, that old crazy chick dancing wildly there is interesting. And, you know, it's not like they're wanting a true love relationship anyway. Just why I flick them all off because I know they're just predatory and kind of perverted. But I did dance with a nice young man. I told you that already, didn't I? I was impressed with that young lad actually. But he had to like kind of stalk me at the end of the night. So I was just like, no. You know, when they come to you at the very end of the night because they're just so terrified of going home alone and failing at finding a woman. It's like, don't go tuning up the old ladies. Like, get a woman your age that you can potentially breed with and have an actual life with. It's something sorted in our society where they're actually chasing down us older women who, you know, yes, we're worldly wise on certain subject about, you know, human sexuality. I suppose we're desirable because we think we're experienced, but we're also bitter and cantankerous with age spots and kind of done and traumatised from all the bullshitters that came before. And so honestly, they're just chasing their own. They're chasing their own tail, literally. Puppy dogs' tails and slugs and snails, and Mama T ain't made of honey cakes and sugar and spice and all things nice anymore because she's done. But anyway, it's kind of funny. There is a kind of a tragic comedy behind it. I have a bit of fun, you know. I danced with some of them. Like that one last week was a nice lad. Last Friday was a nice enough lad. So I'll dance with them if they're pleasant and respectful. But yeah, coming after me at the end of the night, when I was in full zone moshing, doing my mad mosh, it's like, no, don't bother me now. I know I'm a bit of a diva, but when I'm in the zone, babies. It's like, take my performance up quite seriously, actually. Everyone thinks I'm crazy and tries to disrespect me and what have you, and that's on them. I just keep doing whatever I'm doing because I enjoy it and I don't care. So, Mama G has spoken. So, anyway, I thought we'll continue with the Arabian Nights. Charlie, you've got bits of grape flipped all over the shit show here. I don't even know how you got it over there because I didn't give it to you over there. It's like, did you launch it over there? Come here, baby. Come here, baby girl. I'm not mad at you, I'm just saying. Grapes everywhere. The grapes of Charlie's wrath. Dear goddess. Anyway, we're continuing on Arabian Nights. We'll get into the story, and I also had another B12 injection today, but my band-aids, but that's okay. And we'll see if that revs me up a bit for a few more weeks, because I've been feeling very, very tired and wrung out. It'll be the heat too. So we'll continue on, now that I'm revved up from my B12 momentarily, with Khudadad and his brothers. Khudadad or Khudadad. We'll have to decide on a pronunciation, even if it's, pardon me, even if it's wrong, people of Earth. KH in Hebrew is as in chet. Is it the same in Arabic? I don't know, but it'll be close enough. We'll go with Khudadad, because some of the pronunciations are a little bit similar. For example, in Hebrew or Yiddish we say Shalom Aleichem when someone comes to the door, and then you reply Aleichem Shalom. And in Arabic you say Salam Alaikum. Oh, but that's got a KH. It's a KH sound. So maybe it is Khudadad. Salam Alaikum, and then the other person replies Alaikum Salam. So similar sounding Shalom, Salam, Aleichem, Alaikum. All right. I'm glad I did that little dialectic little trick, because it'll make my life easier. I'll just say Khudadad instead of Khudadad. Either way, I'm probably wrong. If my Muslim lawnmower man was here, I could ask him, but he'd just laugh at me. He would. He's a very nice man. He just looks at me and laughs. Thinks I'm crazy. I am kind of crazy to the uninitiated. I'm not actually crazy though. That's the cosmic joke. Everyone who thinks I'm crazy has got egg on their face, because I'm probably saner than they are. But I just let them think what they want to think. Doesn't bother me. What do I care? What do I care? Anyway, alright, here we go. Khudadad and his brothers. Say on, quoth the king the following evening. This was the king that was waiting to chop off Scheherazad's head. And Scheherazade continued. Quite a few more stories. Almost halfway through this book. I'm enjoying it though. Hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. Even with my bad mispronunciations. Charlie, I need you to get off that. That's for my glass to sit on, not you to sit on. Funny little bird. Right, let us begin. This, my tale, relateth to the kingdom of Diyarbakir, in whose capital city of Haran dwelt a sultan of illustrious lineage. Is Haran in Syria? I'm not sure. It's going to drive me mad now. I need to know. I've never been to Syria, but I need to know. Just because I've never been somewhere doesn't mean I can't know. No, I am wrong. It's in Turkey. That must be a common misappropriation, because it says, is Haran in Syria or Turkey? However, it is 12 miles or 20 kilometers from the Syrian border, crossing at Aksakali or something like that. Well, anyway, it's in Turkey, people of Earth. It's definitely in Turkey. Right, Haran. Dwelt a sultan, which makes sense since he was in Turkey. They were mostly called sultans, of illustrious lineage. It's almost like being immersed in the history, isn't it? But not quite, because it's fairy stories, but they have the geography right. A protector of the people, a lover of his lieges, a friend of mankind, and renowned for being gifted with every good quality. My poor schnoz, my GP kept looking at my schnoz, he didn't say anything, but it's brutalised from the CPAP mask. Had a whole thing of skin clear off this morning, it was hideous. Who's going to love the mama tea now? No one. No one's going to love the mama tea with her poor little schnozzy wozzy. Oh, gigantic, oversized violin going bing, bam, boom at a cacophonous, loud, booming. Well, anyway, sleep apnea. It's not for sissies, people there. Trust me to, live with a disease that requires slow suffocation for the last 20 or 30 years and survive it. That's the astonishing part. Dear Goddess. Who's that? It'll be my neighbours. It's a different vehicle though. Oh well, it's probably one of my neighbours' teenage boy mates. Right, here we go. A friend of mankind, the Sultan was, and renowned for being gifted with every good quality. Sounds like a wonderful man. There's a few out there, people. You stumble across them time to time. It's such a shock when you meet a really wonderful man. You're like, my God, I can't believe that you even exist. You're like a mythical creature, like a unicorn or a dragon or a, I don't know, griffin or three-headed Cerberus, although they're not all that friendly, are they? Cerberus dogs. Well, anyway, you know what I mean, people of Earth. Some of you lovely men are probably watching me laughing right now because you know that I love you really. I do. I don't hate men. I just hate abusers. There's a distinction, people. Anyway, now Allah Almighty had bestowed upon him all that his heart could desire, save boon of child. Oh, another one that hasn't got a child. For the love of all the gods. They must have had something in the water making them all sterile, am I right? It's a worry, isn't it? I'm sure it's just fairy stories though. Save boon of child, for though he had lovely wives within his harem door, and fair concubines galore, he had been not blessed with a son. Wherefore he offered up incessant worship to the Creator. It's firing blanks. All those women can't all be infertile. It has to be on him. Or there's something in their water. One night, there appeared to him in a dream a man of comely visage, meaning handsome, and wholly of semblance, like unto a prophet, who addressed him, saying, "O puissant king," remember puissant means powerful and influential, like I keep having spirit saying the word Corleone, like the mafia family, Corleone. What does that mean, I said? They said, powerful and influential. I hope I'm not involved with a man from the mob. They laughed, because they would do that to me. They My angels like to put me in dangerous situations and watch me swim in deep, turgid waters with flotsam and jetsam and fucking survive it. I'm done with that bullshit. I'm telling you now, I'm done. Corleone, they said. Corleone. Who's Corleone? Finally, they just humour me, they said. You, Tanya. Powerful and influential. My ass living in Housing Commission on a disability picture. Struggling to get my lawns mowed again at the moment, for the love of all the gods. I'm going to have to go over their heads though. I'm going to have to be powerful and influential indeed. I'm livid. It's not good for my liver to be livid. Where were we? Moving on. Moving on, babies. O puissant King, thy vows are at length heard. Arise tomorrow at day dawn. Pray a 2-bow prayer. Only a 2-bow? And offer up thy petitions. Then haste thee to the chief gardener of thy palace, and require of him a pomegranate. Don't remind me about the bloody pomegranate tree that got murdered. My baby. Whereof do thou eat as many seeds as seemeth best to thee. After which perform another 2-bow prayer, and Allah will shower favours and graces upon thy head. The king, awaking at peep of day, called to mind the vision of the night, and returning thanks to the Almighty, and made his orisons, and kneeling invoked a benedicite. I think they mean a benediction. Then he rose. You want some grape, Charlie? Right, well here, look, Mummy's bite it open for you. Here, no, don't. This is yours. Yeah, alright, everybody wins then. Then he rose and repaired to the garth, and receiving a pomegranate from the head gardener, counted out and ate 50 grains thereof, to wit, 1 for each of his wives. After this, he lay the night in turn with them all. That's a lot of women to get through in one night. 50. Oh, well. And by the omnipotence of the Creator, all gave, in due time, signs of pregnancy, save one Firuza height. So the king conceived a grudge against her, saying in his soul, Allah holdeth this woman vile and accursed, and he willeth not that she become the mother of a prince. And on this wise hath the curse of barrenness become her lot. He would have had her done to death, but the Grand Wazir made intercession for her, and suggested to the Sultan that perchance Firuza might prove with child, and withal not show outward signal thereof, as is the manner of certain women, wherefore to slay her might be to destroy a prince with the mother. Quoth the king, so be it, slay her not, but take heed that she abide no longer or at court, or in the city, for I cannot support the sight of her. It's a bit bloody rude, isn't it, since he's the one firing all the blanks. Dear goddess, that's meant for you, isn't it? Stupid is as stupid does sometimes. Anyway. Replied the minister, It shall be done, even as thy highness biddeth. Let her be conveyed to the care of thy brother's son, Prince Samir. The king did according to the counsel of his wazir, and dispatched his loathed queen to Samaria. What are you doing, Charlie? Get out of the plastic bag. But what is it with all you people wanting plastic bags over your head lately? My little friend the other day was putting a plastic bag over her head. I said, that's not a good idea, don't start that. I was a bit worried actually. Kids, what things they think of, honestly. Suffocating themselves to death. Wow. Try having sleep apnea for 30 years and tell me a bit about suffocation then. It's probably why I'm cranky. Am I cranky? Not really. Just maybe a bit. Tetchy is the word lately. Tetchy. It's the heat. Right, so they've sent her off to Samaria, accompanied by a writ with the following purport to his nephew. Re-forward this lady to thy care and treat her honourably, and shouldst thou remark tokens of pregnancy in her, see that thou acquaint us therewith without stay or delay. So Firuzah journeyed to Samaria. I'm trying to think where Samaria is. It's not Somalia, it's a different word. Let's just Google it, people of Earth. Somebody already knows. You're yelling out to me, I know where it is. All right, well, you know, but I don't. By the gods, Samaria. The Hellenized form of the Hebrew name, Shomron. I thought I'd heard it somewhere before. I had a feeling it was in Israel, but I wasn't sure. Shomron is used as a historical and biblical name for the central region of the land of Israel. Central region. It's quite pretty for a desert. It is bordered by Judea to the south and Galilee to the north. The region is known to the Palestinians in Arabic under two names, Samira and Mount Nablus. Well, there you go. And Mama too, being a Jew, should have known immediately that it was Israel too. But anyway, I forget things. I'm only human. No, it's not like I've ever been there. I only ever read about it or heard about it. So I'm allowed to forget things, aren't I? If I get Alzheimer's, I'm going to suicide. I'm quite serious about that. Never mind, let's not scare everybody silly, including myself. So hold the line, people of Earth. I'm a warrior goddess. I'll be holding the line, except if I get Alzheimer's. Then I'll let the line just fucking unravel along with my mind. Right. So Firuzah journeyed to Samaria from the city of Haran, which is in Turkey. I guess it's not too far away. Couple of countries over, isn't it? Anyway, it's a long way to send her away to, thinking about it. Because you'd have to go through Lebanon, wouldn't you? And Turkey next to Lebanon. Oh, Charlie, good goddess. Let's have a look at the map. Lebanon and Syria. Lebanon's north of Israel. The Syria sort of northeast. Where the fuck is Turkey here? I want to know. Because I might go to these places one day if I win the lotto. I will go and I will see all those places with my own eyes on my own 2 feet. And I'll freak everyone out going, I remember reading about this. Can't find Turkey. Where is Turkey? I know we're here in Turkey because it says Tepe. And it looks like Turkish words. Aleppo. Turkey. Right, Turkey is way up north. And I was right, you've got to go through bits of Syria, possibly through Lebanon to get to Israel. Or you could just go through Syria to get to Israel too, from Turkey. But if you go in a direct line as the crow flies, depending on where Haran is exactly, you'd have to go through Lebanon as well. Alright, just getting my geography right, people. As if I'm actually there, because manifesting, you have to imagine it, that you're already there. Like it's already happening, and it's happening in a far out way. Yes. Poor Mama T. Psychedelic dreamer dreams. I had a beautiful man in my life who loved me and had enough money and actually loved me enough to take me everywhere. I'd go with him, wouldn't I? But I don't have anyone available to me, so calm your farm, Tony Aarons. Calm your farm. Okay, I'll be good, I promise. It's me being good. Well, I've got no other choice but to be good, have I? Damn it. Damn it. Anyway, where was I? Right. So Firuzah journeyed to Samaria, and when her time was fulfilled, she gave birth to a boy babe. So she was indeed expecting a baby. Who would have thought? He'd sent her away and she was actually pregnant. And became the mother of a prince who in favour was resplendent as the sheeny day. Hereat, the Lord of Samaria sent message by letter, pardon me, to the Sultan of Haran, saying, this child, a prince hath been born by the womb of Firuzah. Allah Almighty give thee permanence of prosperity. Sweet, isn't it? By these tidings, the king was filled with joy, and presently he replied to his cousin, Prince Samir, each one of my 49 spouses hath been blessed with issue, and it delighteth me beyond bounds that Firuzah hath also given me a son. Let him be named Khudadad, God's gift. That's what my name means in Hebrew. Tanya, God gives. God gives. God also takes away. But he often gives me back too. In rather astonishing and miraculous ways. So, Khudadad is my Arabic masculine, Arabic equivalent to my energy signature with my name. God's gift. Sweet, isn't it? Oh, I'm happy about that now. It's a little boy born with my name. in the Arabic masculine equivalent. It's a bit of a stretch, but it's true. Do thou have due care of him, and whatsoever thou mayest need for his birth ceremonies. What are you doing, Charlie? Stop playing in the plastic. It's poisonous. It's toxic. It'll suffocate you. Now, have a break. It's good for you. It'll put some feathers on your chest. It won't last long. It's for you. That's for the birdie. That's for the bird. The little bird is grapes. Accordingly, Prince Samir took in hand, good girl, with all pleasure and delight, the charge of Prince Khudadad, and as soon as the child reached the age for receiving instruction, he caused him to be taught cavalry, horsemanship, and archery, and all such arts and sciences which it behoveth the sons of the kings to learn, so that he became perfect in all manner knowledge. I'm drinking this Coke Zero Diet Coke that I got for free. Like somebody gave me their Christmas hamper. It was very kind of them. But I never drink Diet Coke because it's disgusting and it's got chemicals in it. I'm probably going to be sick later. But I'm drinking it and it's so sickly sweet and awful. I'm only drinking it because it was free and felt like some Coca-Cola, but I know I shouldn't be doing it. I'm going to have a bad reaction to it later. Talking myself into it, aren't I? That's why you can see me like keep burping and it's already not agreeing with me. Hate diet things, diet products. It's the aspartame. It's not good for me. Anyway, I could have just given it to someone, I suppose, but I felt like Coca-Cola and I thought it's just a one-off. I would never personally buy it myself. So there is that. But anyway, at 18 years of age, he waxed seemly of semblance, and such were his strength and valiance that none in the whole world could compare with him. Go Khudadad, God's gift, good looking and strong. Presently, you have to laugh. Presently, feeling himself gifted with unusual vigour and virile character, he addressed one day of the days Firuza his parent, saying, O mother mine, grant me thy leave to quit Samaria, and fare in quest of fortune, especially of some battlefield, where I may prove the force and prowess of me. My sire, the Sultan of Haran, hath many foes, some of whom are lusting to war wage with him, and I marvel that at such time he doth not summon me, and make me his aid in this mightiest of matters. But seeing that I possess such courage and Allah-given strength, it behoveth me not to remain thus idly at home. My father knoweth not of my lustihood, nor forsooth doth he think of me at all? There's another grape for you, Charlie. Where is it? Where have we gone? We've lost it. Nevertheless, it is suitable that at such a time I present myself before him, and tender my services until my brothers be fit to fight and to front his foes. Hereto his mother made answer, O my dear son, thine absence pleaseth me not, but in truth it becometh thee to help thy father against the enemies who are attacking him on all sides, provided that he send for thine aidance. Khudadad replied to his mother, Indeed I am unable to brook delay, moreover such longing have I in heart to look upon the Sultan my sire, that an I go not and visit him and kiss his feet, I shall assuredly die. I will enter his employ as a stranger and all unknown to him, nor will I inform him that I am his son, but I shall be to him as a foreigner, or as one of his hired knaves, and with such devotion will I do him suit and service that, when he learneth that I am indeed his child, he may grant me his favour and affection. Prince Samir, what could go wrong with that, by the way? A lot could go wrong with that. Just saying. Why be dishonest? Can't you just walk in and go, yeah, g'day Sultana, yeah, I'm your son from Samaria, and just here to say g'day and break bread with you, and if I'm welcome, I'm welcome. If I'm not, pat a good old gander at you and I'm off. For the love of all the gods, all this deception and trickery and obfuscating and backdoor deals. It's nuts. Prince Samir also would not suffer him to depart, and forbade him therefrom. But one day of the days, the prince suddenly set out from Samaria under pretext that he was about to hunt and chase. He mounted a milk-white steed, whose reins and stirrups were of gold, and the saddle and housings were of azure satin dubbed with jewels, and fringed with pendants of fresh pearls. Sounds pretty. Have you ever ridden on a saddle on a horse though? The pearls wouldn't stay there for very long. Trust me on that one. I'm not being dirty, I'm just saying in general, like, they would just break off from the friction of you pressing against the saddle and the saddle against the horse and the... Well, anyway, I miss horse riding. Maybe I should hire a horse, go horse riding somewhere. I've always wanted to do that. I haven't ridden a horse since I was 23, so it'd be very painful. Can I be bothered? I don't know. It is, and that's not, none of that, what I just said was sexual, by the way. When you go horse riding for the first time, and you haven't ridden for a long time, it pulls all the muscles in your thighs and your legs, and you literally, it's very painful to walk afterwards for a few days. It really is, till you like consistently go riding horses and the muscles adapt and get used to the pressures put upon them. This just sounds rude, but it's not meant rude. I'm quite serious about that, dear goddess. Now I've got to dig myself out of that abyss. I know what you're thinking. Don't think it, okay? It's not going to happen before the night is being good. Saving herself for her true lover man. Can't wait. I can't wait to explore the passion with my true lover man. But it has to be the right person at the right time. Otherwise it will only be cause distress to everyone. Cannot happen. Cannot happen. His scimitar was hilted with a single diamond. The scabbard of Chaunder's wood was crested with rubies and emeralds, and it depended from a gemmed waist belt, while his bow and richly wrought quiver hung by his side. Thus equipped and escorted by his friends and familiars, he presently arrived at Haram City after the fairest fashion, and when occasion offered itself, he made active presence before the king and did his obeisance at Darbar. Don't chew my wonderful book. No. Go and chew the grapes. Go. Gaishin. Go. Go, go, go. That's it. Good girl. Darbar. Where is Darbar? I need to know where Darbar is. I don't think they mean Durban, which is in Cape Town. Darbar. Somewhere in India. Maybe. It's not really conclusive. What is the meaning of the name Darbar in Arabic? It's an Arabic boy name meaning cool air of the morning. But this had an R in it. Anyway, it seems to be in India, from what I can gather. Did his obeisance at Darbar. Maybe I've spelled it wrong. Dear Goddess, I did too. Let's get this right, people there. Darbar. It's a movie. Also possibly in India. Court held by an Indian prince, or a formal reception held by an Indian prince or an African ruler. Darbar is a Hindi word for court, as in the king's court. Did his obeisance at Darbar. Right, that makes sense, because he's in the presence of the king, so he must be at his court, am I right? Anyway, carry on. We're carrying on. The Sultan, remarking his beauty and comeliness, or haply by reason of an outburst of natural affection, was pleased to return his salam, and graciously calling him to his side, asked of him his name and pedigree, whereto Khudadad answered, O my liege, I'm the son of an emir of Cairo. Excuse me, that's the Coke Zero repeating on me. I shouldn't have done it. Should not have. Dear Goddess. A longing for travel hath made me quit my native place, and wander from clime to clime, till at length I have come hither. And hearing that thou hast matters of importance in hand, I am desirous of approving to thee my valiancy. The king joyed with exceeding joy to hear this stout and doughty speech, and forthwith gave him a post of command in his army, and Khudadad, by careful supervision of the troops, soon won the esteem of his officers by his desire to satisfy them, and the hearts of his soldiers by reason of his strength and courage, his goodly nature and his kindly disposition. He also brought the host and all its equipments and munitions of warfare into such excellent order and method that the king, on inspecting them, she's back inside the plastic bag. She'll be alright. Was delighted, and created the stranger chief commandant of the forces, and made him an especial favourite, whilst the wazirs and emirs, also the nabobs and the notables, perceiving that he was highly reputed and regarded, showed him abundant goodwill and affection. And this my Beauregard. Presently the other princes, who became of no account in the eyes of the king and the lieges, waxed envious of his high degree and dignity. But Khudadad ceased not to please the Sultan his sire, at all times when they conversed together, by his prudence and discretion, his wit and wisdom, and gained his regard ever more and more. And when the invaders, who had planned a raid on the realm, heard of the discipline of the army and of Khudadad's provisions for materials of war, they abstained from all hostile intent. After a while the king committed to Khudadad the custody and education of the 49 princes, wholly relying on his sagesse and skill. And thus, albeit Khudadad was of age like his brothers, he became their master by reason of his sapience and good sense. Whereupon they hated him but the more, and, when taking counsel one day, quoth one to the other, "What will be this thing